Hey guys, welcome back to House of Prep. As you know, I am not a channel that likes to talk about a lot of fear and uh, distress and things like that, but I do have something I need to share. I wasn't going to do this video, actually it didn't even cross my mind, and just literally a few minutes ago it popped into my mind. I need to share this because this is a real life story, real life illustration. I'm making this video on Monday afternoon, so I'm not quite sure when it'll post. I'm going to maybe try to get it out. We may have to wait till Tuesday morning. But on Sunday afternoon, daylight is probably just as light as it is right now. Somewhere back behind these trees and such behind me, there's more neighborhoods and streets back here. We were inside our home, and all of a sudden we heard a pow, 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 pow. And I was like, that's a gunshot. And I knew it was coming. I came out here where I'm at, here at the back deck, and I was watching on the sidewalk here. I saw probably about a 10-year-old, maybe 10 to 12-year-old boy come running away from this area. Obviously, he heard it, and he was running. He's like, I don't want none of that. And, you know, I live in Tennessee, so sometimes I'm like, you know what? You know, who knows what in the world? Some of these crazy people out here, you never know what they're doing. So I kind of watched, kept my eyes open, my ears open. Obviously, I got my home defense item on me and prepared to make a phone call. And I know all the neighbors around me. I live in a neighborhood. I know a lot of people heard it. So just kind of watching, seeing what was going to happen. So stayed quiet. Went back inside, went on my merry way, and about 20 to 30 minutes later, heard another pop, 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 pop. And I was like, okay, that's louder. It was louder. And my wife had been taking a shower at that time. And she said, and the window in the bathroom's elevated, way off the ground. But she said it sounded like somebody had pounded on the window. It was reverberating on the window. And I was like, okay, that's obviously close. So I ran outside. Police were already scouring the neighborhood by the time I got out there. So my daughter has a window on this side of the house over here on our home. On the other side of the far house, it faces the street that you see back here. So when she heard the shots, she had her window blinds open, so she quickly looked out, and right about here, she saw a man who was squatted down and got back up, and he was carrying a firearm. So I don't know who or what he was shooting at or what was going on, but that's close. That here, maybe about 25 yards, 25, 30 yards to my house. And police weren't able to see when he left here. He continued quickly down this way. So behind the fence, my daughter couldn't see beyond there where he was headed. And by the time I got out to the front, he was already gone. So the police came. There were several of them roaming the area. They did recover some empty shells, the shell casings. They said the first location I told them I heard, that was way back there. They backtracked back there, and they found, they said about 5 to 7 back there. And at this spot right here, they found another 5 or 6, is what they said. So they took down our information. My daughter, since she saw the man, we gave them, the police, her phone number and such. And by the way, first responders on the scene, they were very quick. They showed up. They were doing very diligent, very thorough. They asked a lot of people a lot of questions, checking on everybody, make sure everybody's okay. They did. I have a creek back here, and they were in my backyard, and they asked if I had an entry part there, and I did. I had a path that I had made with laid it with rocks and stuff so it would become overgrown. You just kind of had to part a few branches out of the way, and I showed them where to go, and they went back down checking out the creek area and everything, because that would be obviously a great hiding spot. So look, that's close. Now whenever we get on and we talk about security and home security and taking care of yourself, it's not just to hear our own selves talk. Look, I make these videos. I'm just trying to help people. Sometimes I get made fun of, or I have people jump on and say I'm just a rambler and this. And I know they're haters. I know they're just people out there stir the pot. And you know what? Maybe I'm not their preference, and that's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings. If somebody doesn't like me or like my channel, by all means, just move on to the next one. Block me, whatever you got to do, so you don't have to hear me anymore. But I'm just here to help. I'm just a regular average Joe. I'm not some mega prepper. I'm not, I'm not here on a ranch. I'm gonna live in a neighborhood. I'm a down-to-earth type of a prepper, a person that's just trying to be prepared. Now, being prepared is more than just stocking up, 5-gallon buckets full of rice and beans. I'm being real. It's reality. The world that we live in, you don't know when the day comes that something comes knocking. I think I'm going to put it on my thumbnail, just my front door cam, and it just shows, I saw the officer come into my door before he even knocked because I was vigilant. I was being prepared. I had my phone. I had, like I said, my self-protection tool. I was just prepared. I was prepared for to take care and protect my family, my wife and my daughter who was here, and I just wanted to make sure that that was my priority, is taking care of the ones I love. We take care of them to make sure they're fed, right? That's a priority. We want to make sure they don't go hungry, but when the wolves come and when the wolves show up, do you want to be just a sheep? Do you want to be just someone who can't defend themselves, can't defend your family? It's food for thought. I'm not saying turn into a Rambo, go Terminator and all that stuff, but common sense, get some training. There's plenty of help out there. There's lots of stores and locations and things you can pull up for your area to have some licensed safety training and some scenario training. And then you practice with your tools. Make sure that you understand how to use them and to respect them. But to have cameras, security lights. I have some lights down I want to show you. I've talked about these in the past. There's my fire pit down there, but there's little black specks on the wall that you can see on the wall. Two or three little black specks down there, and those are extra solar power panel lights. So somebody just kind of cutting up through my yard trying to go under my deck, I want lights to kick on. I want there just to be deterrence. Look, people are looking for low-lying fruit. We've had people go around our neighborhood and check door handles and just check to see if anybody left their vehicles unlocked, and unfortunately it happens. And have neighbors and things that have had things taken from their vehicles. Look, it's the world that we live in, and I'm not making this stuff up. And it's what we have to prepare for. And I say the word prepare because it's something that you want to be proactive and not reactive. If you're waiting to react to a scenario that may cause harm, then it's too late. You've waited too late to prepare. So just like with natural disasters, when we talk about food and water and electricity and power and all the things that you need to be vigilant. And it can happen in a heartbeat, in a moment's notice. For the amount of time it took for those the shots to go off and for him to disappear were seconds. So yes, the police come and they do an amazing job, but by the time they got here, it was already too late. So if it would have been, I don't know what, I haven't heard back. I don't know. They said they would not contact us unless they needed our help to be a witness or something like that. But that just lets you know that to defend yourself, it's on you. And then the police show up to take care of the paperwork in some cases, unfortunately. So food for thought, just something to think about, something to consider today. Look, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.